I love the people who are willing to step up in these moments because it's not easy. It's not easy to make these public statements. There was a great. There's been some great utilization of the Second Amendment the way it was intended in defense of you and your own property. This one black gun owner, or actually two of them, they were defending their business, standing outside with rifles. Listen.
They said run up in here and see what happened. On Finn out here with them blicks on them. Blicks on them. Run up in this black on. You see that black on? Run up in this. Oh my mama, we gonna do that to y'all.
You can see in front of the store, they're all standing out there with the rifles, like, come get our stuff. One of the crazy things is they are putting signs in the window that say minority-owned, black-owned business, as if that means you're supposed to skip the business, I guess. And these protesters are still burning them down, too. And they're damaging those buildings as well. There's also a couple of... Now, Pat, this is one of those situations. I know nothing about these two guys outside of this video. And I know that once we play the video, someone's going to what they call milkshake duck them, which is a kind of an internet thing where oh, look at that cute duck. It's drinking a milkshake. Oh, the duck is racist. It's like you're going to find out something terrible about these guys right after. But I love their attitude. This is these guys were just out walking around with guns and helping local businesses defend themselves. Listen to this clip.
So basically, you've seen the records that cops keep, and cops are a lot less likely to try and tread on people's rights when there's other armed Americans with them. So we figured it's about damn time that or at least I figure that it's about damn time some heavily armed rednecks stood with fellow citizens.
Wow. I love that, heavily armed rednecks. They go on to explain, how they feel about the riots, or the protests themselves, the actual underlying thing that this was based on, not the looting, but the actual protests, and a little bit more about their motivation, which is great as well. Listen.
We heard that, we're like, well, we better kid up and go see if these guys need help. And turns out these guys are out here with machetes and shattered windows trying to keep looters out of the business because cops can't get in here. And so, I figure before they were cops, they were just Americans. So here we are.
Or during the LA riots.
Collateral damage, I guess.
Everyone protecting their own stuff. That's where, you got the term rooftop Korean.
So bottom line, justice for Floyd, and I hope they stop looting at some point. If there were more of us, we could go stop them from looting, but it's just us four.
We definitely don't agree with the looting.
Yeah, no, looting.
But we do agree with the cause for the protest.
Yeah, definite protesting.
I mean, look at that. We agree with the cause for the protest, but not the looting. And he mentions the rooftop Koreans from the LA protests, where those guys were defending with guns from their roof their shops in the middle of those riots, and their Second Amendment protected their businesses. You're seeing that again here in Minneapolis. You could say, I remember, I think it was Sarah Silverman back in the day when one of the gun issues was going on, and she's very impressed with her own intellect, and decided she had the greatest point of all time, which was, hey, Second Amendment, right wingers, how about this? We'll just start giving black people guns.
Okay, go ahead. In fact, some of them already have guns.
First of all, they already have guns, but secondly, sounds wonderful.
Yeah,
they have the Second Amendment is theirs too. It's not just ours; it's everybody's. It's actually a constitutionally guaranteed right.
She's thinking that's going to frighten the heck out of white people who are so racist.
Yeah, she thinks white people are racists and that they would expect black people to just start shooting randomly into crowds. How can they handle it? And it's like, how do you even have that impression? That says so much more about you than it does about us.
Doesn't it?
I'm thrilled. There was a program, and I would love to track this down and see what the progress was with it, but it was an organization, a pro-Second Amendment organization, I think it was in Houston, that decided they were going to literally just give free guns to people in minority communities that felt that they needed them, that were all through responsible means, but maybe they couldn't afford them. Guns aren't the cheapest thing in the world, and they were giving them to them to help protect their families. Mm-hmm. And there was this like, oh my gosh, you're just giving guns away? Well, yeah, the right's already there. you know, whether if the finances aren't there and they need protection, what a great way to do it. You know, if the police can't get there, if that takes time. I love their attitude there, Pat, of like, look, before there were police, it was regular people just stopping this stuff. And here we are. We've got our guns. We're out here. We're defending business owners. And that's why we're here.
We're just Americans defending Americans.
Awesome.
It's great.
Yeah. So, again, we're going to find out that they led a genocide in Mongolia 13 years ago or something terrible about these. Because as soon as you get a nice video on the internet, you know it has to be ruined by somebody.
Absolutely. They're looking for information on these guys right now.
Absolutely.
Here's what they tweeted in 2007.
Yes.
Oh, shut up.
Shut up.
Shut up.
All I know is for that couple of minutes, they're like my favorite people.